This is one of my favorites. We have this on a t-shirt that I've done for years, but think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. So ego, we talk about Ryan Holiday a lot on this podcast. I love the Stoic Marcus Aurelius and reading and listening to Ryan Holiday. Ego is the enemy. He has a book called Ego is the Enemy. Ego is the enemy. A true warrior stays humble and focuses on understanding the world. This is not just for martial arts. This is for leadership, your relationships, your personal growth. You'll see that. There's a difference between humility and showmanship, but Bruce Lee, Musashi, the SEALs, all these guys will emphasize the power of humility. And in our Zen Shodokai, it's one of the three tenets. It's one of the three is humility. Okay? There's a book called Bushido, The Soul of Japan, and it has a quote that I've pulled out. A man who has attained mastery of an art reveals it in his every action. Right? So when you have a true understanding of things, you see it broadly in the world and everything you look at, So this is a deep one. We could do probably a whole episode on think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world, but it's a good one. And if you're going to study any of these, maybe start with this one. On to 5. Be detached from your desire your whole life long. Desire creates attachment. Attachment creates suffering. I know I sound like Yoda. By remaining free from, unnecessary desires, we become unshakable, okay? It doesn't mean to be an emotionless cyborg, but it means maintaining control over what you want rather than being controlled by them. So if you feel like you're like an impulsive person, or you shop too much or you indulge too much, right? Your desires are creating bad circumstances for you, right? So in the Hagakure, they have this quote, "The way of the warrior is resolute acceptance of death." So my dad always told me that if you're going into a negotiation and you want the thing, or you have to have the thing that you're negotiating over, you've already lost. So think about buying a car. If you're going in to buy a car because you don't have one anymore, it's like something happened to yours and you have to get a new one, you've kind of already lost that negotiation because you have to walk out with one, right? You have to enter the negotiation willing to not leave with the car, right? And that's what puts you in the position to win, essentially. So almost every bad outcome I've had in my life in terms of business is because I made a decision based on the fact that I wanted something really bad. And because I wanted it really bad, I was willing to overlook all the red flags and things that probably should have made me not do the thing. And so I did the thing and then later suffered for doing the thing. The same could be said of relationships too. If we tend to overlook red flags in people early on because we really want to be friends with them or whatever, So think about it. Number 6, do not regret what you have done. A Navy SEAL saying, regret is a weight no warrior should carry. Pretty clear what they might be referring to there, but a warrior takes responsibility. But there is no time for regret. Instead of dwelling on these things, dwelling on the past, learn from it and move forward. Okay? Every mistake is a lesson, not a burden. It was Andy Frisella, I think, of the First Form stuff. Love him or hate him. I don't know where I sit necessarily. Probably more on the not a huge fan side, but I do like the fact that he calls mistakes in business tuition payments on the future. I think it's him that I heard that from. But so you make a mistake in business, think of it more as a tuition payment, not as, the nail that closes the coffin on your business, right? Every mistake is a lesson, not a burden. Number 7, never be jealous. This is a hard one sometimes. Bushido saying, comparing yourself to others blinds you from your own path. Jealousy is weakness. Instead of envying others, focus inward on becoming stronger, right? Warriors compete with themselves, not with other people. One of my big pet peeves with CrossFit, the CrossFit community mentality, whatever, is that the competition is baked into the workout. And in our gym, we've really gotten away from it's called leaderboarding when you come in and look at where everyone, how fast they've done the workout or whatever. Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's just working out. I mean, but whatever. It's a whole argument about sport versus working out. But yeah, we shouldn't compare ourselves to others. I mean, that's something they teach us in like 5th grade, right? But when you are truly doing some inner work, working on yourself, comparison, it will really kill you. So